Hi, I'm Maggie. I'm a herbologist who lives in Edinburgh. I love natural and holistic beauty and wellness, working with herbs and making my own skincare, herbal tea blends, and wellness products. You'll usually find me out foraging, teaching herbal workshops, crafting, or just generally being a homebody. I decided to document my journey, learning, practicing self-care, and creating a community to share what inspires me. I hope you'll join me. Enjoy, stick around, and thanks for watching. So I am almost out of the deodorant that I make myself, so I thought this would be a good time to show you guys how I make it. It's so simple, so straightforward. It's literally 3 ingredients, or 2 if you don't want to use essential oils. You can kind of see the texture here. It's just like a kind of paste, and it goes on really smooth because of the coconut oil. So coconut oil is antibacterial, antifungal. It's got the same pH balance as your skin, which is why it's a really good ingredient. I know some people are allergic to coconut oil, so you could use really any other type of oil. I always just use coconut oil. And then baking soda. And the baking soda is what's going to kind of dry up any sweat. It is going to fight the bacteria that eat your sweat, that make you smell. And then essential oils will have whatever properties the oils that you use have in them. So I've chosen today to use lavender and rosemary, mostly just because I like them. So honestly, I don't even measure when I make this. I kind of just eyeball it. To be honest, most things I don't really measure. I just kind of eyeball, which is known as the folk method. So it's perfectly acceptable to do that. There are some things, obviously, that you should measure. If you're going to be making homemade soap, for example, that's something you definitely want to measure, which I'll probably get into in another video when I make some soap. But for this, I really just kind of eyeball the texture as I go. So I will start with, and obviously I make this kind of little size container, so I'm eyeballing to fit into this. This lasts me a month to 2 months, depending on, I guess, what season it is, how sweaty I am, how often I'm going out and doing stuff. But honestly, I haven't bought store-bought deodorant in years, like since I started making this, because it's so good. It's honestly one of the best deodorants that I've ever used, probably the best deodorant that I've ever used. So what I'm going to do is I just take kind of a couple of these big teaspoons, and then I will, my lovely fresh new jar of coconut oil, I will just scrape some out. And then I just kind of give it a stir and then keep adding coconut oil as I see fit until it's kind of the consistency that I want it to be. So I'm just making sure that all the coconut oil is incorporated in with the baking soda until it's that kind of paste-like consistency. I know people who literally just use the bicarb, the baking soda, for deodorant. But I find that to be a little harsh from me personally. And I find that the coconut oil helps to kind of moisturize at the same time. Right, so I think that's pretty good. I used about 3 of these teaspoons, 3 to 4 teaspoons in the end. But we're just making sure all of those little clumps of coconut oil are incorporated. You can also melt the coconut oil beforehand, but I don't really see the point. It's just an extra step that I don't really feel like doing. So I'm happy with that. Now that it's all nicely incorporated, I'm going to add my essential oils. So it depends on how strong the scents are and how strong you want it, but I would say I normally do about kind of 10 drops or so. So that was about 5 of the rosemary. I'm gonna do about 5 of the lavender. And then I'll start up and make sure it's how I want it. Yeah, I think that's lovely. It's not super strong, but I also don't really want it to be super strong. I like it to be kind of more of a delicate little scent. It's just like yeah, kind of as you kind of rub it, it melts, the coconut oil melts and it becomes really nice and soft. So that is what we're looking for. And then I'm just going to get my little jar, which still has remnants from last time. But the scent is pretty much the same because I'm a creature of habit and I know what I like. So I'm gonna just put that in the jar on top of the other product. Make sure that you can actually see what I'm doing. I am a messy creature, so I'm not doing this perfectly, but I'm doing it good enough. And the great thing about it is because none of the ingredients have any chemicals or anything in them. It's all really gentle and really good for your skin. So I think it's one of the best products you can possibly use. I will say that when I first started using it, I had a little bit of sensitivity to the baking soda. I have really sensitive skin. So at first I did have a little bit of sensitivity, but honestly, my skin got used to it really quickly. The only thing I would say is don't put it on right after you've shaved, like if you have freshly cut skin, because that might hurt, it might sting a little bit. But there you have it. That's my little jar of deodorant. Put some on now since I've just had my shower. And I just rub it in. Feels really nice, really soft and smooth. And then I'll do the other one. Yeah, there you have it. Homemade deodorant in like 5 minutes, and that will last you a couple months. And it cost me pennies, absolute pennies to make. The coconut oil, I got at Lidl for like 3 quid. The essential oils I got online from Fresh Skin. These, I don't remember how much they cost me, maybe 10 pounds roughly each for, what is this, 500 mils? Something like that. And then the bicarb I got probably on eBay. But then again, this was like a few quid, and I use this for so many different things, and it lasts me months and months and months. So the deodorant was probably the cheapest deodorant you'll buy, the best version you'll possibly use, and you can make it smell however you want it to smell. So I think it's just the best thing ever. And I actually have a bit left over because I didn't measure the size of my container. So I have a friend's birthday party this evening. So I'm going to just pot up the leftovers and give them some deodorant for the birthday. I also have another proper present. But I know that they will love and enjoy using and enjoy the sentiment of the gift, because they're also a little bit of a herb witch, a crafty little bitch. So I'm gonna just give them what I have left. So yeah, there you have it. Simple as pie. Actually, while we're here, I thought I would also just show you all of the favorite products that I'm using at the moment. I don't make all my own products. I am working on it, trust me, and hopefully I will document that journey as well along the way. But in the meantime, I try to use as natural as possible. I try to use as few products as possible. I'm very, very low maintenance in that sort of way. But I still love beauty. I love beauty products. I love skincare. I love self-care. I love looking after myself. I love a wee pamper day. So these are the things that I'm finding the best at the moment. Since I just had a shower, I thought I would start with my hair care. So what I use as like a shampoo, and in the past I've actually just used various kind of herbal rinses as shampoo, and I'll probably get back into that at some point, but I was wanting something a little bit more serious in its kind of cleansing abilities. So what I have at the moment is this Cantu Guava Scalp Exfoliating Pre-Cleanse Treatment. I don't know how to do this yet. But this I just use in the shower when my hair is wet, scrub it in really well, and I feel like it's really nice and clarifying and cleansing. And then once I've washed with that, I use the Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore Leave-In Conditioner. So I put this on when my hair is wet in the shower, but obviously I don't rinse it out. I'll just put it on after I've cleansed. And then I brush my hair with this in, and then I squeeze out the excess moisture, and then I just put my hair up in a towel wrap thing. And then once I'm out of the shower, I put on the Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus and Flaxseed Curl Defining Gel. And this, is it focusing? Yeah, I think so. This product is actually what inspired me to get all of these, because I sometimes make my own flaxseed gel. I was just feeling kind of lazy and haven't made that in a little while, so I got kind of the next best thing, which is this coconut and hibiscus flaxseed curl defining gel, also silk protein and neem oil. So this has a lot of exciting ingredients in it. And I think overall this brand is like really, really good, pretty natural. And I think it works really well. I really enjoy the consistency and the texture that it gives my hair. But once I'm out of this, I'll start making my own flaxseed gel again. I just don't want to have to make a fresh batch of product like every time I wash my hair, because that's annoying. And anything with like a water content in it will go off pretty quickly. So kind of frustrating. So yeah, I'm trying to think of what to do with that. I mean, I guess I could like make little cubes and freeze them or something, but that's a project for another day. For my skincare, another thing that I do make myself is I have like a little toner water. I have used some rose water that I bought from a store. You can also make your own. Maybe I'll do that in another video. Bought store-bought orange blossom water and some witch hazel. So I've just mixed those together, added some rose essential oil, and then I just spray this on after I've washed my face, which I love. For my face wash, actually, this is a new discovery. I got a little sample pot from Lush of their pineapple facial wash. And I love this stuff. I'm really picky about what I use on my skin because I have really sensitive skin, and certain things can kind of make me flare up or, you know, cause redness, that sort of thing. So I'm really, really careful. But for some reason, I was just drawn to this at Lush, and I love the texture. It's like a balm, but it does kind of foam up on your skin when you use it. It smells amazing. I looked at the ingredients online and I can't figure out what, because they just say fragrance. So I don't know what the fragrance is that they use, but it smells so good. And I love the texture. I think it's supposed to be like a no scrub exfoliant because of the pineapple extract. It's like a fruit extract. Like a fruit acid, and that's really good for kind of peeling away dead skin and extra layers. So after I use that, I do feel a little bit dry. And so I've gone in with another Lush sample pot, which is actually I've gotten a couple of these because I do sometimes also make my own face lotion. But as I said, I have been a little bit lazy. Lazy is the wrong word. I've got some health issues that kind of take away a lot of my energy, which I'll probably talk about in another video. But when I'm feeling like it's just too much extra stuff to make things, these are kind of the things that I go by, that I use, that I really like. So this is Lush's Vanishing Cream Moisturizer. And this smells like lavender, and it's lovely, and it's soft, and it's not too kind of oily, but it's also like really moisturizing. So I really like that. And then I have a few different masks here, which I'll use depending on what's going on in my skin. The most gentle one, this one I used years ago, and I just kind of came across it online and was like, oh my God, yeah, I love that stuff. So I bought some again. It's the Fresh Rose Face Mask, but this is just like a rose infused, really kind of gentle mask. It's like a kind of gel texture. See, I kind of work it into my skin like that, and it goes on like really soft and clear. And that's just, it's so lovely. Again, rose is a product that is slightly drying. It's got kind of astringent properties. So again, I'll go in with my moisturizer after I use any of these really. But I really, really love this one. I think it's kind of hydrating as well, even though, you know, there's some kind of astringency to it. And it's got some kind of toning properties. It's very soothing. Rose is very soothing, anti-redness. So this is lovely, and it smells great. And then I have, this was actually a gift from somebody, but I really like it. I don't know where they got it, but it's clarifying, what's the brand? Botanics? That's probably why they got it for me, because Botanics, haha, it's my thing. But yeah, nature inspired by the power of plants, clarifying turmeric and willow bark clay mask. So again, clay is going to be a very kind of, it absorbs oil. It's very, I don't want to say drying because that's kind of like negative implications. But if you've got oily skin, I've almost used this one up actually. This is so good. And it's like almost kind of, I don't know if it's got like some type of essential oil that's very like maybe eucalyptus or something, but it's very fresh and almost like tingles a little bit. And then the clay is drawing out impurities at the same time. So this I'll use if my skin is like
flaring up and it's got some stuff going on, because I think it does a really good job of battling that. So this is a really good one. And then this one I actually got influenced by Jen Harris. There's two of them. There's two sisters, Jess and Jen. And she uses this, which is The Ordinary. And it is their AHA and BHA peeling solution, 10-minute exfoliating facial. So this, it's like a beetroot kind of color. And it's got this little dropper. You see that? I don't want to make a mess of this, but it's got this this little dropper. And then you put these on your skin. And that just kind of, again, this is a really good one if you've got any impurities, because the alpha hydroxy acids, can't remember what BHA stands for, but it's a fruit acid. So super exfoliating, super good for tackling any spots or anything like that. So I'll put any of these on depending on where my skin is at the moment, followed by my little toner spray and then my moisturizer. And that's pretty much it. That's my skincare routine right there. As I say, I'm very low maintenance with these kind of things. I rarely wear makeup, so I don't use any kind of like makeup removers or anything. So this is really basically what I use for my skincare. But I do swear by all of these products. I really like them. And as I say, I'm working towards making more of my own things using less store-bought products. So at some point I'll probably do a video of my homemade skincare routine. And then I'll make some more toner so you guys can see that. I'll make my usual moisturizer. I will probably do that at some point. But I'm gonna stop talking now because it honestly feels really weird to talk to a camera like this when there's not like another person in the room. And you don't know if other people are gonna be watching because I haven't really done this before. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit awkward and will be a journey for me in terms of sense of self and getting comfortable just blabbing away. So yeah, that's it for now. Hope that you enjoyed, hope that you got something from it, and I will see you guys next time.